Hey guys, welcome back to Parenting is Ghetto. I'm your host Zaria. I noticed while uploading my first episode that there is a YouTube channel called Parenting is Ghetto. So I think I'm just gonna edit the name just a tad for Parenting is Ghetto podcast with Zaria. That way there is just a little bit of a difference. So, as I told you guys on the last episode, that my daughter was getting ready for her recital. The recital was last Saturday, and she did great. All the grandparents came, her godparents came, her aunts, her uncles, and she had so much fun. But she is attached to her Papa JC, my stepdad, at the hip. And because it was Father's Day weekend, she had to go with her Nana and Papa so she could go see her dad. And she did not want to leave his side. Like, in tears, bawling. She was asking if they can go to Papa JC's house first and then go see Daddy. And they were like, you know what, let's just go have lunch and then we'll leave. And I had to go out of town after her recital. So I didn't get to go out to lunch with them, but I called to make sure she was okay. And she was fine. She was like, yeah, she was telling us what to do and she was having a ball. And I am very grateful that she has male father figures in her life just so she can know how she's supposed to be treated as a young lady and when she gets older. This is actually our Father's Day episode. I keep trying to make the episodes come out the day before or the time around the actual event, but I had to go out of town and I was working and I wasn't feeling well and I was overheating. So it kind of took a minute. So happy belated Father's Day to all the good dads. Let me be very, very like on point when I say this. Happy Father's Day to the good dads. But to the good dads, happy Father's Day. My dad, I am a daddy's girl. I'm his oldest, his only girl, and since my daughter came, he's more on her side. But I'm still a daddy's girl. I still get what I want when I want. And then my stepdad, he's done a lot for me and a lot for my daughter. That's why that's her best friend. She's a mama's girl, and the world revolves around me until Papa comes, and then she's no one else matters until we get out of his vicinity. And then she has her dad's dad. He, the, loves to play music, so he'll let her play on all his expensive music equipment, and no one else gets the luxury of doing that. So it's kind of a nice thing. Um, it's beautiful, really. But my daughter is turning 6 in July, and I'm trying to get like just a little small birthday thing together. And I told her because her room is a mess. I told her, hey, when you turn 6, you're gonna have to do chores and get an allowance. She's like, no, can it wait until I turn 7? Because I don't want to do it. And I keep telling her, if you clean up when you make the mess and don't make it a bigger mess, then it won't be that bad. But she doesn't listen. She doesn't care. She's 5. But she was planning her birthday, and I'm like, hey, you gotta do your chores. We're gonna come up with a chore list and an allowance and everything. And she's like, no, I don't want to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the joys of parenting. Like, it's what you gotta do. Um, Unfortunately, I do not have parenting is ghetto stories with me today, but I really want you guys to send me your own parenting is ghetto stories. And again, it's not just for parents. Make it for step parents, godparents, aunts, uncles, guardians, people who work in the child handling services. I don't know, like teachers, daycare. I know what it's called. It's just escaping my mind right now. It's been a long couple of weeks. And I want to hear your stories. Tell me why parenting is ghetto to you. Tell me why these kids have you guys running up against the wall. But it's fine. Today we had a church uptown. Usually it is in Concord. And I was near my dad's house. And I say this because you also have to parent your parents. I called him when I was walking out, didn't answer. Called him when I got to the car, didn't answer. Called him when I got to the place where I was getting my food because I'm like, hey, Dad, you keep saying that you're lonely and you want us to come over and talk and, hang out and yada yada, but you're not answering your phone. And I'm like, I know he's going to call as soon as I hit on the highway. He's going to call me back. So I get a notification that my food's ready. And as soon as I get the notification, my dad calls. And I'm like, what were you doing that is so important that you can't answer your favorite child's phone when I call? Like, I'm just trying to see if you need anything or want anything while I'm in the area. Because Uptown's not too far from me, Uptown Charlotte. But I'm always doing something, or I'm always exhausted, or I'm always not feeling well, so I can't get up there. And my dad just bought a house in Monroe, I want to say. So he's going to be a little bit farther. So I'm not going to go uptown as much. So I was like, hey, do you want anything? But he calls me back and he's like, hey, sorry, he said he was doing something. Okay. Something that's more important than answering my call, but fine. And I was like, hey, I'm in the area. I want to know if you want or need anything. He was like, no, I'm good, but you can come over if you want to. And I'm like, if I didn't have to get this episode shot, I would have come over. But I had to get it done, and I did 2 services today, and I stayed for the last service so I could actually sit and retain and absorb the word and the message. And I was just like, I'm so exhausted. I have been running on little sleep and little fumes, like prepping for the recital, getting things together at work, um, trying to make sure my mental state is at a good capacity. So it's been very stressful, very making me want to stay inside all the time. So I really couldn't hang out with him. But we sat on the phone for a little bit and talked. And we talked a little bit more when I got home. But it's like, parents, what are y'all doing that is so important that y'all can't answer your child's phone? Like, y'all think y'all grown and y'all not. That's the crazy part. I need y'all to get it together. Like, now. Period. But it's it's been a time. And you know what's crazy? I thought I was like, hey, 2025, I'm going to make it like getting my life together. Because I felt like for years now, my life has been in shambles. And now that I'm actually putting in the work and doing things that are important to me and, making a difference in my life and making good progress, the world wants to fall apart. And I'm like, yo, that is crazy. Why, when you finally want to do right, everything wants to go into shambles? But like I learned today in churches, I'm built different. So hopefully, fingers crossed, the world won't completely dissipate until I am finally at a good place in life. Like, I needed to just stay a little bit stable so that the amazing things that I have in the works and the amazing things that I'm doing now can come to pass. That's what I want so bad. Um, and that's another part of ghetto parenting is when you become a parent and you're like, hey, I don't have my shit together and I want to get together for my child. And now the world is falling apart. Ghetto parenting. Why? Why is that? Um, Also about ghetto parenting, it's summer. Happy summer, everyone. I am paying for my daughter's summer camp, and why? It's so much, and the cost of living is out the ass. And you're like, hey, I can't afford this shit. And now everybody is stuck in their own ways because everybody is struggling at the same time. You're like, oh my God, where do I turn to get some actual help? Ghetto parenting. And again, I'm a single mom and I don't have another co parent to bounce things off of and ask for help. And it's sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes not so much. I would say the struggle is the not struggle is I don't have to deal with someone. I don't have to, I used to do it for the first 4.5 years of her life, deal with somebody who really couldn't care less about being a parent. And a couple months ago, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. So I told him, I said, hey, I don't care anymore if you're going to help me or not. I'm done. So do whatever you want, be the type of parent you want, I don't care. But it kind of takes the stress off your shoulders not having to deal with another parent who obviously doesn't want to be a parent. But I would say now, like everything that is in financial shambles is coming, is like really opening my eyes. Like, oh my God, this is a lot. And the world falling apart is like, hey, I'm just trying to get my life together so that I can have a roof over my head, so I can have food in the fridge for my child, so that she can go to summer camp and doesn't have to be locked in the house with grandparents or locked away with me at work. And the way my job is, like, if we were to have like another lockdown, I can't do my job from home. I would be SOL. And that's some bullshit, ain't it? Crazy. And I need to find I need to get a better job so that I can um make a cost of living. Just to, not so much get a better job. I just need to make more at my job because I love my job. My job is awesome. Like I work with some really amazing people, but like if the money was there, it'd be better. And it's the I think the whole you needing having a degree is the financial part. If you have a usable degree, you could make some money, but sometimes school just isn't your thing, and we will talk about that another time. But since it's our Father's Day episode, I want to talk to the good dads. Um, I want to say thank you for doing what a lot of men are not wanting to do, for stepping up, being an attentive parent, being a present parent, saying, hey, I'm not going to leave my child behind. Like, if you got beef with the baby mama, just put the beef to the side for the kid. And the same vice versa. Like, the child did not ask to be here. Cool. Let's get it together for the child. We don't have to be friends, but we can at least talk to each other without being called out of each other's names. And I'm glad that my daughter has three grandfathers who love her unconditionally, and she knows how she's supposed to be treated, and spoil her out the wazoo. And she's like, I know anything I want, I can get because my pawpaws will get it for me. And she loves them so much, and I love to see it. It's a real beautiful thing. Um, but all the shitty dads, again, go to hell. And that's on Mary Had Little Lamb. I need more water. And speaking of water, because it is summer, my daughter full fledged believes that she's a fish and wants to spend every waking moment at the pool from the time that she wakes up to the time she goes to sleep. And trying to get her to get out of the pool is crazy. It's like, Mommy, I don't want to go. No, everyone else is not leaving. And I'm like, Trin, it's like 8 o'clock. Everyone's leaving. The pool's closed. We have to get out of here. And she doesn't like getting her hair wet because she's extremely tender-headed and doesn't want to get it washed. And for this summer, she's wearing braids. So I'm like, all we gotta do is rinse it. She's like, I don't want to rinse it either. And she likes to wear her goggles, but doesn't go under the water. Her version of going under the water is she'll jump, hold her breath, and then put her head to look at the water, but not fully go underneath. She's like, did you see me? I went underwater. I'm like, yeah, I saw you. And you gotta give them their little moment. But I'm like, you gotta go fully, like, put your head under. And there are other kids at the pool showing her, like, I keep hitting the mic. I should really like move it, but I don't want to. Eh, we'll fix it later. But there are other kids at the pool showing her to go fully under. She's like, no, I don't want to get my hair wet. I'm like, you're such a girly girl. You're so dainty. And it's probably not even that she's a girly girl and dainty. It's that she doesn't want to do her hair. And she's not, and I guess she doesn't like getting her hair rinsed either because we do it in the tub while I'm giving her a bath. But I guess she just doesn't like her hair being wet. Sometimes she's like, oh, I don't want to get wet. And I'm like, but you love being in the pool. Like when it rains outside, she doesn't want to get wet. If there's water play at summer camp, she doesn't want to get wet. But if we're going to the pool, she wants to be completely submerged in the water. And she keeps touching me. And I'm like, Trent, what if I don't want to be wet? She's like, but we're at the pool. Come in the pool. I'm like, I don't want to get wet. Maybe that's where she gets it from. She gets it from me. But when I was younger, my mom would tell you I always wanted to stay in the pool too. Like that was my happy space. But I would always submerge myself and go underwater. I would get my hair wet. I was very tenderheaded too as a child, and my mom would hate doing my hair, but it was like I didn't care. Like the reward and the consequences didn't meet each other, and she's smarter than me on that front, to where the reward and the consequences meet each other, and they're like, "Hey, should we? No, let's not do it. Let's just sit here." But because she's in a pool with a bunch of other people, there everyone's splashing and things. So where the back of her head usually gets wet regardless. So we have to rinse it out, and she's just miserable about the whole thing. And I'm like, you just gotta do it. She's like, no. And I'm like, you're not grasping the concept, child. Parenting. But any hoozles. I am in desperate need of a retwist. Like you see, I was at church and this little piece of hair was just sticking out and no one told me. Like I'm running around church with a camera and this piece that I keep messing with and twisting. So I know it was a lot thicker. It's just sitting out. And I'm saying this because the ghetto part of parenting is you're not financially stable sometimes. And you gotta pick like, hey, should I pay rent or get a retwist that I desperately need? We gotta pay rent because we need a roof. Stop it. Like, should I get a retwist or go grocery shopping, or it just, as a parent you always get pushed on the back burner sometimes, and it's like, ugh, how much more back burning can I do? It's uh makes my brain itch. It's crazy. But mm, but I'm glad that the dance season is over. um I'm excited because next year she gets to go into the bigger class. Now she gets has to get jazz shoes, and she has like a love hate relationship. Like she loves to do it, but she's always exhausted when it's time to go. And I'm like, okay. And she's going to first grade next year. I'm getting old. I'm only 26, but I'm like, that's my baby. Like, what are we doing? I'm about to have a 6-year-old in first grade. And speaking of first grade, she wants a phone. And I can't be so like perplexed and confused about why she wants one, because we live in an age where kids have all the electronics at their fingertips. And when I was her age, my dad got me a phone and I would put it in my book bag and hold it. And it was one of those like little, Verizon, like it wasn't the sidekick. It was like flip this way and you just pushed it up. It was blue. It was cute. I loved it. And I'm just like, I feel like you're gonna lose it because I know I lost my phone and my house key millions upon millions upon millions of times. And I'm like, you're in first grade, you don't need one. But we also live in a world where bad things happen at a higher rate almost every day. And I'm like, should you get a phone? Because you need one. I mean, she knows my number by heart. And if there is an emergency, not all the time they're gonna let you get to the office to make a phone call. So it's up in the air. Maybe. I don't know. It depends. Knowing my dad, he'll probably buy her one anyway. But I digress. Y'all, I'm tired. But I love speaking to you guys. And I want you guys to speak back to me. So like, share, comment, tell me what you think of the show. Tell me how you think I'm doing. Again, give me some grace because I am learning and I'm trying to get more of an audience, trying to do more with editing and sound and planning out the episode. So if you got some tips and tricks, tell me. I'm here, I'm listening. Um like, share, comment, tell me your ghetto parenting stories. Subscribe on the website, TikTok, Instagram. I'm taking a break off Facebook for my mental health. So no, there is not a Parenting is Ghetto with Zaria podcast Facebook. But the website is linked to my Instagram and TikTok. Um, tell me what you think of the show. Send me your Gear to Parenting stories. Um, share if you want to laugh at me. Share with other people and be like, "Yo, look at this." Maybe somebody will say, "Hey, she's speaking about something I can actually, think on." So yeah, but I want to hear from you guys. I want to make this show better, not only for myself, but for the listeners, so that you guys can, to the other parents, childcare workers. That's the name. Thank God I remembered. Um, Godparents, guardians, aunts, uncles, parents parenting their own parents can know, like, hey, I'm not alone. There's someone going through the same crap that I'm going through, and I want to share and make our own little hive mind and um be connected with them. So I want to hear everything. And my ghetto parenting right now is on a pause since we are in summer. My daughter is with her dad's side of the family for 2 weeks. So I'm kind of free to do whatever. And, but I have no life. I have no life. So I'm really just going to school and not going to school, going to work and coming home. Maybe I'll DoorDash, get some extra cash. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But I really want to hear from you guys. My goal for our next episode is to talk about dating as a single parent. Let's talk about dating, and with it being Pride Month, I would like to get it out before June is over. Cause I like to rep Pride. It's so much fun. Here in Charlotte, they do their Pride parade and big Pride event in August, which is weird. I need someone to explain to me why it's in August and not in June. But it is so much fun and so worth the wait. Excuse me. And you get to be in a community of love and care and appreciation. And hopefully, with the world falling apart, it will still be a loving, caring, hate free, non-violent environment. So hopefully, if I can get my life together, I can get a dating slash pride episode out before June is over, because my July is looking very hectic, and it looks like I'm going to have a summer full of no sleep. But when my daughter was an infant, we were team no sleep all the time. And speaking of, today at church, because we were uptown, we had a lot of bougie snacks, and I had some salt and vinegar chips sitting on the table, and one of the leads were like, "Who is eating chips at, like, I think it was like 10 in the morning, like 10 in the morning?" And mind you, I've been there since like 7 a.m., and I didn't leave that place till like I want to say 2ish, and I was like, me, because I'm hungry and I didn't eat. I didn't eat breakfast. I did not wake up enough time to go to Starbucks like I wanted to. And she was like, you were one of those kids who ate chips in the morning at school. Yep, didn't feel bad. Nope. Because when, when we were at church, they had, like, I'm loving this hotel church experience. There were smoothies. It was made with yogurt. I was like, oh my God, why did I drink this? Because I usually make my smoothies with apple juice, not yogurt. And I had salt and vinegar chips. I had a donut. I had an apple, and I was chilling, good. And then I went to Growth Track and got a Snickers. I was like, and I was in the sanctuary. Yeah, I know it's a no no. My mom taught me better. You don't eat in the sanctuary. But I was hungry. I did two services. I was running on nothing but sugar and adrenaline and faith. And I was like, I need to eat. And I told them, I was like, yo, sometimes if I'm exhausted and my daughter's like, mommy, and it's like 8, 9 in the morning, my daughter's up and running. She's like, mommy, I want some Mickey Mouse ice cream. And I'm tired. It's in the freezer. Go get it. Go. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah. Sometimes she'll have a good, nutritious breakfast. Other times she'll have ice cream and popcorn. Like, it just depends, okay? Till you become a parent, you can't tell. You like, if I'm exhausted, you eat whatever you can reach, whatever that's edible and that won't kill you. Whatever you can reach, go get. She's a tall 5-year-old, so she can reach almost anything. But I want to say that is the end of our podcast, our little now kind of feels like a little FaceTime episode. Thank you guys for listening and watching. And again, let me hear from you. I hope all the amazing dads and father figures out here had an amazing Father's Day and stay blessed. Hopefully, I can come back on time with a Pride episode. And thank you all for all the love and support that I have gotten thus far on all the social medias. Also, we are on Spotify. Check us out. Same name. The website is linked to my Instagram and TikTok. So check us out. Thank you and have a great week.